Can hypnotherapy really help with anxiety? The simplest answer is yes. Hypnotherapy has proven to be a helpful and effective method of understanding anxiety and finding out what triggers anxious feelings and discovering the methods of dealing with anxiety. Now, anxiety is a mental phenomenon that causes emotional and physical responses from your body. This means that when you're feeling anxious, your entire body experiences it, which makes it extremely hard to manage. It is difficult to overcome the obstructions in your mind that are preventing you from calmly dealing with the anxiety you feel. It can be stressful to try and overcome your anxiety when you have limiting beliefs, insecurities, and fears in your mind, which can get in the way of you forming healthy coping mechanisms. This is why hypnotherapy can be so effective for anxiety. Because by tapping into your subconscious mind, you bypass the analytical part of your mind that does all the thinking and overthinking. And this is the part that can't always make the right decisions because of preconceived ideas, beliefs, fears, and judgments. Hypnotherapy engages your subconscious mind, allowing you to be more willing to make the healthy changes you need in order to overcome and effectively manage anxiety. This part of your brain has a major influence over your habits, feelings, and behaviours, which is why it's the part of the brain necessary to make positive changes. The past doesn't need to be a limiting self-imposed prison. We all go through childhood adopting parental programming, and for some, it can be from many generations ago and even past lives. It's unnecessary to continue reliving painful experiences from your earlier years. Yes, the past is largely responsible for who you are today, but are you allowing it to define you and your life? If you're saying, I've tried so many things and it didn't work before, so it won't work this time, and if you are still not sure how this process is possible for you, then take some time and watch as I facilitate subconscious creation where my client shifts from anxiety to a place of empowerment. And I invite you to imagine this is you finally freeing yourself from the past to live the life that is unlived inside of you. Change is uncomfortable. It's part of human nature. Even climbing out of bed can be a chore some mornings, let alone being able to get through another day in discomfort and suffering. You don't have to do it alone, and this time isn't like last time. Let's connect and get a different result for you. Or you could stay stuck and frustrated where you are. What will it be? When you take the step and book a call with me, this one conversation can free you and change your life. Would that be worth it? Good. How do you feel?
Yeah, good. Oh, I feel numb in my hands.
Do you?
Tingly.
Take them about, stretch them, that's it. Give them a rub. Good, good. Good, nice big breath.
Oh my
good.
gosh, my hands were numb.
That's good. That's a good sign.
My hands went real numb.
I actually have a few clients, they always feel it in their hands and they get their hands go numb.
It's like I could feel they were numb, but I couldn't do anything about it. Like, and now they feel like look, this one's funny.
That's it, give them a stretch. They'll
like pins and needles funny, heavy funny, that one. My emotion, all I could see was basically like this dark energy, like sort of monster type thing, like rah, but I seen a lot of black, a lot of green, and that in it. So that when I felt that, you know, that like particularly when I stressed, that's how I sort of saw it, like that it was. That's all I could really sort of see. Like it had this massive big mouth, you know, sort of thing. It's almost like it was trying to consume me. So, but it had greens and blacks and yeah. So that's the only way that I could sort of see that emotion was like that. So I guess because nerves have consumed me all my life, and stress, and it really has been like a monster to me, you know, because it's consumed my life right from 12. So when I first had my first panic attack, as such, and that, yeah.
Did it change?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. When you told me, what I sort of seen was, and I know this sounds stupid, and don't ask me why, but I seen like a, do I have to say, I don't know why, but a deer with antlers, right? Okay. Then I saw a cat, okay, like a little kitten, right? But then I started seeing sparkling colours of bright sparkling colours, and was this sort of like a fountain of light, but, you know, like a water fountain, but instead of a water fountain, it was like a fountain of just all these different flickering lights of colour and brightness, okay? And then I just seen, like, I know this sounds silly, but just other animals coming in, and trees and flowers growing. So that's what, and the colour, and then the sun with the warmth on it. And then when you said about a protective shield, the one thing that I got was a dome, like, you know, one of the shaker globes. And when you shook it, everything was just like sparkling, but not the glitter, but it was colour, and and it gave me such warmth, and kind of what I felt, and that was like me. Oh, how idiotic is this? But me rising up, you know, sort of thing, like just rising up, and that, like, ta-da, you know, like those power things, like, you know, they have the wings, but they rise up, and that in triumph, and that's how I can only explain it. That. The colours were like the pinks and the reds and the yellows and the bright colours, and just the flickering and the sparkling, and that. But the sun was very much this big yellow of warmth, and that come down. I guess what I could take out of it is the fact that life, when you get life changing sort of feelings, and that, you know, everything in around you, like whether it be animals, whether it be plants, trees, you know, whatever, they grow, don't they? They grow. Like maybe the little kitten was the thing that maybe you start from a little person and you grow to a bigger person, like, ta-da, because kittens can be very shy and very skittish and things like that. I'm not sure what the deer means with the antlers, though. That was the first thing I seen as I was coming into, from that one thing into that, and I thought, why am I seeing a deer with antlers? I had no idea. I felt, and, you know, with the wings, and then I'm just going up, like, my wings, and it's just like empowerment. That's what I felt. Like, but from this, like, this monstery looking thing, it had no legs, it had nothing but this, like, you know, sort of thing, like, over me. And but the blacks and the greens and the dark blue, like real dark colours,
right?
And so dark, and I actually felt quite tense with them. I felt myself tensing, and maybe that was the problem, that when I started to get my transformation, that my hands were numb because of that reason, because I was so tense with that first vision, as opposed to when you finally, you know, and how you've been sleeping on your arms and you get off it, and then it's that. Yeah, so that's the only way I can explain it. I don't know how
That's
else.
beautiful. You are extremely visual.
Oh, am I a fair bit out of transformation? I felt like that first one was like, yeah, like just over the top, you know, like the hands grow and it's over the top of you waiting to devour you.
Would that be the first time you've kind of seen it?
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I've never seen my stress or my anxiety or my feelings like that as that. Like, I know it's something that has always wanted to choke me. It's always like I get this in the in my throat, like lump in my throat, and I can feel it constricting me. But even at one stage, I felt like a snake-like, and that going from one and transforming into the other sort of type thing, from one thing to the other. But then I thought, no, you know, maybe the fact about this, like the snake bit, was just sort of basically unraveling. Unraveling. So going from this monster-like over to this way, unraveling to this way. I don't know. That's how I just can only explain it. So, yeah, stress has been just such a big part of my life. And I think that's why, hence the big, like, over me. Like, you know, where they've got the razor sharp teeth and stuff like that, because it is a bad thing. Having anxiety, depression, PTSD, you know, I mean, you have so many highs, so many lows, you know, but you can also go from one to the other very quickly as well. Like, I can think that I'm so happy, like, yeah, and then all of a sudden I'll just be down. And as quick as I'm happy and sad, and the sadness can last so much more longer than the happiness. And that's so, yeah. And maybe the snake is the bridge between the two. And that's so it's a, maybe that is the, like the unraveling, yes, but it's the bridge between the two as to where I want to be. Do I want to be here or do I want to be here? Like, you know, so maybe that's what it is, like, you know, because the snake is seen as a bad thing too. A snake is, well, what is a snake? A snake can hurt you. A snake can, you know, constrict you. A snake can bite you. A snake can, you know, so that's connecting to that. But then it's coming over to this side. And then, you know, it's just a case of, do I want to be here or do I want to be here? No, I want to be here.
I need to read this out too.
Yeah.
Snakes represent fertility or a creative life force. As snakes shed their skin through sloughing or sloughing, I'm not sure how to say it, they are symbols of rebirth, transformation, immortality, and healing.
Ah, there you go.
I've never seen this word, but the Ouroboros is a symbol of eternity and continual renewal of life.
Oh my gosh, there you go.
Goodness, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they're the kind of, yeah, that's what I've got. Yeah.
And the deer.
Yeah, tell me what that one means.
Deer are symbols of majesty and beauty and have roots in ancient history. Deer have for centuries represented the embodiment of peace, grace, and gentleness, and their image is used by many cultures to symbolize love, beauty, and caring.
Oh my gosh! And you know, I'm thinking it was stupid, Lay. Tell me the cat.
The cat. Was it a
Yeah,
cat?
that's what I want to know. The kitten, like a kitten. Yeah, it was the kitten. And they were the most dominant ones, the kitten and the deer.
Oh, listen to this. A kitten represents transformation, change, purity, innocence, curiosity, selflessness, and sometimes even fear. If you dream of a fearful kitten, you fear something in your waking life. It may also mean that your kids fear your presence around them. But dreaming of a beautiful kitten and playful kitten indicates curiosity.
What do you think? Now, you say all those first ones back. That's a child.
It is, isn't it?
That's a child.
That's you.
Yeah.
I took it as you as the child.
Yeah.
And that fear.
Ta-da. That is unreal.
I'll have to copy those and I'll send them to you.
Yes, that'd be lovely. That'd be lovely.
Because that has such significance to you.
Oh wow, that has been unreal. How do you think these, like, I just thought they were stupid. As my self-conscious, as you were saying it, I thought, oh my gosh, a deer. What's a deer doing in my head? Or a little kitten. But this was, and then it was that waterfall, but it wasn't a waterfall. It was just like this lights, like coloured waterfall of light, like spring going up like this and over everything, like just like a waterfall of colour and stuff, you know, and it was just magical. But then that sun, the warmth of the sun was huge, like just huge, and just this, you know, and I guess with the sun and the water maybe comes growth.
Yes, because sun, let me just look at sun, because I take sun as like rebirth.
Yeah, it was big, it was huge, and the glow of the yellow, like the yellow sunlight on over what was in my globe.
Let's have a look. Okay, so the symbol of the sun represents the completing of great work. The sun will represent life, influence, and strength.
Wow, strength.
Oh, strength.
Oh my god. What about a water of light?
Look at your power. How much strength is that?
Yeah, there you go. Ta-da. That's it, strength. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Now, what about a waterfall? But it's not a fall down, it's that waterfall of like a
Fall.
not a waterfall. What is it? A fountain.
Fountain.
Water fountain. Water fountain of light.
A fountain represents a sacred opening.
Oh, there you go.
Which, hang on, a sacred opening gap or tunnel, which is a connection to eternity itself, as well as to the depths of your own being.
Oh. So I'm coming now.
Oh my God, Sue.
And there we go. I thought they were all stupid.
How profound is every single one of them?
Yes.
I'm going
and that's my protection. That's my protection in that globe.
And send that to you, because that they are significant to you.
Oh wow, that is amazing. That is amazing.
That's
Straight
phenomenal.
from the oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I am so wrapped. And I just think now that over there, because I've got so much over here now, that over there can just stay over there, and I've got this globe of all this happening, and that's where I want to be. Oh my gosh, how wonderful is that? And I do have strength, and I do have I feel like I'm lighter in my chest. Yeah, I feel like I can deep breathe, you know, like, yeah, I feel, and look, my hands are not heavy or got that numbness to them anymore or anything, you know, and I feel relaxed in my shoulders. I don't feel like I'm, you know, tense in my shoulders. And I also get tension in my neck and everything, but I feel like everything has, again, that weight off me. Like it's that weight off me, and that it's just something else now off me. Like, yeah. And then,
so let me just get, you had the bridge first.
Yeah.
Then the snake.
No, I had the monster first.
Oh, okay, monster. Yep.
Yeah. Then it was the snake unraveling to form that bridge across.
Ah, right.
Right. So it kind of like it unraveled. So I guess that's the constriction that's been in my throat, and that maybe that's that I can connect that to that, and it unraveled, and it became like the bridge across to the other, so that I was able to get from one to the other. And the deer, you know, so you imagine from the snake to the deer coming in, right? Then the kitten, and that, then the waterfall and the sun. And that, the fountain and the sun, And then it was the thing, I could see the things growing, like the trees and the flowers, and there was other animals, but I didn't really particularly pay much attention to the animals, except for the cocooning of the butterfly, like the cocooning, and out of that then come me, like that, like Superman, but Superwoman, but with the wings on the back, you know, like a butterfly's wings on the back. Yeah. And I was in a globe. I was in a globe, one of those shaker globes.
And when were you in that?
That was when it, you told me to put that protection around that. So the globe came last, because that put me in that protection, that nothing can come in from that other side ever again.
Wow.
So I'm inside a globe. All that.
So the monster was there, and then the snake, and it formed a bridge for you to cross over.
Yes.
You saw the deer, the kitten, and then that was the fountain of light with the sun.
Yes.
And then you saw what the growing flowers and trees and the cocoon and the butterfly.
Yeah.
Into that Super
Sue!
Super
Susan! And then it's in protected with a globe.
Protected in a globe.
Yeah, in a globe. So that monster and that can't come and get me anymore. So, you know, any negativity. So the monster is the negativity, the anxiety and things like that. So that's been a monster of mine. And that because, yeah. And that's so
beautiful.
Hey, that's great, isn't it? I love the what everything meant, and that, because sometimes we don't understand what things mean, and it might be just so silly to us, but the meaning can be the connection.
Well,
how we're feeling.
I don't know. I mean, as I read that out, as soon as I was reading, I'm going, oh.
We both got that excitement. Yeah.
That's you. Oh my God.
And isn't it weird that I got that? That's what I couldn't believe it, that, you know, that once you've explained it to me, that wow, that is just empowerment of me, renewed me, a renewed self, you know, sort of thing. So and that, gee, I'm lucky to have you, Lay, in my life.
Look, you know what, I mean, that to me was just allowing your subconscious to explore and do what it needed to do. How beautiful did that come through for you?
Yeah, absolutely, because if you ask me just normally to say, you know, something like that, if you just explained that to me just straight out, like imagine this, imagine that, well, I don't think I would have gotten any of that, you know, but because you went into my deep conscious mind, that was able to sort of bring that all out, and that, but I couldn't have done it if it wasn't in my subconscious. If you just asked me the questions and that, there's no way I would have gotten that. I might words love and connection and stuff like that to something that somebody else is feeling, but I've never been able to do it for me. And I have just done that for me.
You have.
So my subconscious, you've brought my subconscious out to, you know, for me, you know, I can do it to others, but I can never do it for me. And that's made me smile, trust me. So now when I have those feelings of that rah, all I've got to do is find that protection and let it go. Let it go.
Because we're detached them. Because when you can you can detach from it.
Yes.
You sort of, it's no longer your identity.
That's right.
Because
darling.
Magnificent.
Oh, that's fantastic, Lay. I'm just so rapt, hey. I just cannot thank you enough for, I know we've only had 2 sessions, but still, that's it. And you have a beautiful voice and such a calming voice. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And that was the thing that I noticed the most about you when I had my first talk on the phone with you was your voice. I thought, wow, it is so calming.
Do you know that?
What overcome my fear is to know that you were there, like someone was there. But when back in the day, no one was there. I had no one that could protect me. No one could help me, not even God. The more I pray to God, and that's more than what I ever had as a child. So, you know, I'm very grateful for that. And I'm learning, and I want to get rid of all that negativity and that as my childhood, so that, okay, I can say, well, look, that's then. This is life. This is life now. This is where I want to live. I don't want to live back there.
Good.
You know, so, yes.
Good, because you deserve so much more.
Thank you, beautiful
And
lady.
I love that you've gone from this anxiety monster to super soon.
Yeah, that's it. Yay!
Love it.
But it's like,
oh, that's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Beginning and
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, darling, beautiful
you're
girl.
You're welcome.
Yes. Oh, Lloyd, that is just fantastic. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And that, thank you again from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome.
Because I tell you, I just can't do this without you, that's for sure. And I always say, somebody comes into your life for a reason. You're my reason, and that to deal with my past. And boy, what a big reason, and what a joy it is to have you helping me do that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So,
That's
thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you so much.
Right,
Well, you have a beautiful day.